Leo. This is a week that is going to be profoundly impactful, perhaps on the rest of your life. Now, most of my readings are week ahead readings for specific zodiac signs. And not every week is going to change your life. You know, it's just some shit you got to get through this week. But this week, I think, has been a long time coming. And it's something that's needed to happen. And it'll change your life in the way that it has needed to heal in order to improve. And we are going to get into that. Leo, this is your week ahead reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Please, guys, remember to subscribe to the channel so that you can get notified by ringing that notification bell when your favorite content is uploaded. Leo content comes out every single Friday at 8:30 a.m. That's Pacific time. And who knows, you might want to check out other videos too, right? So by ringing that bell, you'll get notified of all of the videos that I upload. There's always an extended reading, which I hope you will dig down deep into with me. Let's get into the reading. So the astrology is actually beautiful and intense. So you have a beautiful trine. I mean, a grand, first of all, the sun is conjunct in Libra. The sun is in Libra, which is actually a really pleasant place for it. There's like a positive upswing of it, right? A sense of self within the partnership. Really beautiful. And to help it along, it's conjunct to Venus. It's a loose conjunction, but most of the time it's only in about 3 degrees. So it's a conjunction, and it's a romantic time. It's a brilliant time for partnerships. It's a brilliant time for happiness and optimism. It's a great time for financial success and abundance to start really springing off, right? And this conjunction between Venus, which is at home in Libra, and the sun is trine to Saturn and trine to Mars, while Saturn and Mars are trine. So it's legitimately, this conjunction is part of a grand air trine, which makes our thoughts pleasant. It makes communications exceptional. Listening to your partner, listening to understand instead of just to know, having them understand you and listen to you. So Michelle, what is it that's so challenging about this week? This beautiful conjunction between the sun and Venus is happening in direct opposition to Chiron. And Chiron speaks of the lessons we learn through the pain and suffering that we experience. Sun in opposition to Chiron is often having to do with childhood issues, especially surrounding the father. Any kind of pain and suffering that's come up from those experiences in life can really make you disable your sense of feeling good about yourself and feeling good enough, especially because Chiron is also, remember, opposite Venus as well. So that can make you feel unlovable. That could bring up a lot of shit that makes you feel like I'm not deserving of love. So why do I think that this is such exceptional energy? Because the way that this is shooting through this grand trine makes me think of that old rock and roll album cover, you know, where the prism is shooting out new light. And I think that that's what's happening. It's almost like the prism of our brain, this pain is coming up, and it's exposing something exceptionally beautiful. Probably a closeness or a togetherness that we can start communicating these things with a partner who may be helping us deal with it and heal from it. Excuse me. But what I think is going to be your primary challenge this week is there is so many wonderful things happening. There's so much good happening to you, but you've been through so much to get here. Do you feel good enough? Do you feel good enough for the way people are going to be flattering you and complimenting you? Saturn, which is that father figure, authority figure energy, trine to the sun is people being really complimentary, especially authority figures. Now, later on at the very end of this week, the sun is going to boop right into a square with Pluto, which means there can be some deep underlying challenges and issues that are going to help actually make you realize you do deserve all of these wonderful things. But, you got to get through it, right? You got to prove it to yourself. So a lot of this week is going to be about proving to yourself that you really do deserve the wonderful things that are happening to you, especially in terms of partnership and maybe love, that you really do deserve forgiveness, or that you deserve to be able to forgive somebody. All of those things are like, because you're a human, they can be very hard to accept, especially after you've gone through so much, experienced so much that may have made you feel so diminished. This, like I said, could have something to do with something way back in childhood. So bring a gentle touch is here. Why? Because you need compassion. Because you need love from you. Yes, but this is also love all around you. And I think that you are experiencing a gentle touch now. I think you are experiencing somebody who's wide-eyed, open, and really capable of showing you what love is. I wouldn't be surprised if you're getting into new relationships, and this doesn't have to be romantic relationships. This could be I don't know, friendships, whatever, work, whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if the people that you are welcoming into your life meeting it right now, you are naturally attracting people who are understanding, who are really loving, who are very patient. Compassion is a huge aspect here, and you know that you need it. And so somebody with that gentle touch is going to be very attractive to you right now. Somebody who can help reinforce your quest to be able to love yourself and be compassionate to yourself. What are you trying to put behind you? Some authority figure that was maybe a little bit bullying or imposing, or your perceived lack of support from them, or maybe actual lack of support from them. Take time out, how hard you are on yourself, and how I think this is about a lot of work experience that has built up over the years and has literally become a pressure point or a pain point because you probably did not give yourself or was not able to take the breaks that you needed to be able to heal. And so this is like that pressure point. So this could be the authority figure too. It doesn't have to necessarily be a father figure so much as just those expectations of how hard you had to work and how hard you pushed yourself, building up to become quite the bear, quite the obstacle. And then we have be at home, wombat. You never really felt at home. You never really felt comfortable. Those aspects of yourself that always made you feel like you didn't belong or that you didn't deserve. Once again, this could be this could also have to do with, doesn't have to, but it also could have to do with an imposing figure during your childhood that always made you afraid to be home. And then we have life is speeding up. It's what stagnated you and kept things kind of held back. Yes. And then we have a rebirth is assured, not being able to really spread your wings or be all that you could be, kind of stuck in the dark. It's also implying that you wanted to keep it in the dark. You really weren't willing to speak of it. There is just some secrets hidden, some issues with authority. That could also be that there are things coming out if you had problems with criminal history or issues in the past where even if you got a lot of speeding tickets or you had a DUI at one point in your life, things like troubles or issues with authority in your past coming up, maybe for you to have to face, maybe to be thrown in. I don't think it's to be thrown in your face to block the abundance at all. I think it's actually your way of dealing with you and saying, am I allowed to be something other than, these mistakes that I've made in the past? And I'm going to just flat out answer you, no mystery here. Yes, you went through this to be the person who deserves this today. That's what helped get you here. And all the while help make you a hell of a lot more compassionate toward other people, realizing that, just because you're at this point in your life doesn't mean you deserve to stay there. And it's brought you to this place in your life where you're about to explode with success, with humility. It's not to make you feel bad. It is actually to make you realize a true deserving. Because when you can embrace, or you come upon value or abundance with humility, with a sense of humility, that's the person who deserves it. This is like the humble king. The one who leads from behind. It doesn't need accolades. It doesn't need stardust. It doesn't need spotlights. It needs to know the right thing is happening and the good thing is happening. And that is the genuine ideal leader, an ideal time in your life so that you can actually take lead. You will still be having to show yourself compassion. And I'll tell you this right now, because this just came in. How you treat yourself is going to guide how others will treat you. So if you are still very critical about shit from the past, or suffering, or even if this wasn't something that you did, like maybe you didn't get arrested, right? Maybe you just went through a lot of shit. But if you're still trying to hide it, if you're still ashamed of it in any way, shape, or form, you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to think about it, you don't want to acknowledge it, other people are going to pick up on that cue, and they're going to treat you the way that you are demonstrating for them to treat you, and that is undeserving. And you are not undeserving, you are very much deserving. And with that beautiful grand air trine, people are open-minded to you. They're offering you a portal. I'm just wondering, Leo, are you offering you a portal? Because that's that chironic opposition. Are you offering yourself the portal? Because other people are. The world is opening up for you. They're not judging you by their past. Even if they know about your past, there is a sense of, I connect with you, I love you, I see you, I want you in my life. But are you willing to allow them to love you that way? This could actually be happening because the sun is in Libra. Libra is your third house. It is the house of partnership. Aries is where Chiron is. I believe that is your 10th house. No. Ninth house. It's the ninth house, excuse me. So that is your house of expansion, and it's beautiful because you have Jupiter there too. So this is a wonderful time for you to grow and become more spiritual and understand yourself in the context of outside of societal accolades or rewards, money or anything like that, just in terms of growing yourself and learning about different places and different people. So this is a time to be extremely compassionate and perhaps take the lead when it comes to showing that compassion toward people who may be misunderstood or disenfranchised. But ultimately, this is about taking from your past and being able to let it be loved by you and by somebody else, especially. So the third house for you, houses of communication, sometimes house of siblings. So it could just be working stuff out with your siblings this week, working things out with them, stuff coming up about your siblings or that your siblings will point out to you. They're not doing this out of hatred. They're not doing this out of even fear. Well, unless they're fearful for your well-being, that could be, but they're bringing it up to help you heal. Remember, what's happening in your third house is beautiful. That's where the sun, which is your ruling dignitary, is conjunct Venus, which is just very loving and beautiful, and we want to open up opportunities for you kind of energy. So it could very well be that you're in partnership with these people who are actually helping you to heal because they're healing with you. But I do see a potential for, even a romantic relationship, a partnership, being able to function from a friendship level. Be able to focus on your friendship right now, and that love, that foundational friendship love that is so important to all long-term healthy relationships. It could be that your significant other is learning about you through your siblings. It could be that your significant other is trying to support you and Yeah, and communication is exceptional this week. That's just it's just almost like a time when you would just sit back and be able to have some real heart-to-hearts, like a friend-to-friend would, even with your romantic partner. Be able to speak on a very honest and sincere and even a sincere level, and experience their objectivity, experience how much they want to be open to you and they want you to open up to them. They don't want those doors closed. They're opening up those doors for the reason that they love you and the reason that they care about you. And whether it's your spouse, a lover, a brother, sister, a friend, the core foundation is through friendship. People are opening up opportunities and doorways to you, especially for your healing. Will you do that for yourself? You have to let me know in the comments below. I do want to know, and I do read those comments, and it's really important, and I'd love to know how you're experiencing this energy. So please do tell me. Please do comment below. Remember, if you want to join me for a daily tarot card reading, this is insane. There are 50 cards in this deck, and look which ones came out. We're going to get into it. Remember, I do a daily tarot card reading Monday through Friday over on my YouTube, second YouTube channel called Astrology Motivation. And somewhere I will attach the link above, but the link is also in the description box below. It's called Astrology Motivation. I hope you guys will join me there too. Holy crap. I gotta say, Chiron is here. This is what drove me crazy here. Chiron is here, and this is firming up. Happy birthday, Doug Danny. This is validating for me that it was pain that kept you from expanding or growing, or some kind of pain that you got into in your past. Now with Chiron and Aries, this could also be associated with physical pain. Was there an injury from the past? Usually a brain or a skull, a head injury, something like that. Could have also been injury to your circulatory system. This might actually be information that is coming out now, or that you have to consider now, which is causing some issues for you, especially as your life continues to blow up. But honestly, it's still a doorway to healing. Happy birthday, Michelle Sanigate. It's a doorway to healing. It's a doorway to being able to be vulnerable in front of somebody and realize that that's really when you feel somebody's love. I don't think it's you guys getting news of this. It was somebody else in your life, unless it is hereditary and you found out that you had a condition or something that somebody has, and then it's a leg up, because if something happened to them, you can definitely start taking action now in order to prevent anything bad happening to you. It's almost like, and we had this with Virgo too. You might want to listen to that reading, because this is Virgo energy and it's all about healing. So there could be, you're able to heal an actual family ailment, even if it scares you a little bit, if it's cropped up in your DNA and it's going to be announced to you, because remember, it's all about communications. Mercury is out of retrograde now, so it's dug up a lot of things, and you are going to get that square to Pluto at the end of the week, which could be bad news or something that really frightens you, that is 100% designed just to make you stronger. It is not meant to make you fail. It is meant to make you stronger and set you up for an exceptional life. So I do think that this week is very life-changing in a way. It's not that it's changing all at once, though. This is stuff that you would have understood, and a change that you had been preparing for and been able to feel coming. But this is the day you walk through the door. The week. This would be the week that the door opens for you, and you're able to, over this week, move over that threshold and be able to confront something. What else has come out? Stop. The stop sign, which means stop. Don't do it. Don't go any further. Stop. And I really think that means literally stop. Take the time to deal with this. Don't try to push past it. Maybe you've pushed past it in the past, and that's why It has to be dealt with now. Something may be stopping you in terms of you couldn't pass a medical exam, or you needed approval and something came up in some sort of medical exam that is saying, no, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to go further. So this very well could be something to do with an injury, or something that stops you, something that makes you stop for reasons of, you need to deal with this, you have to confront it. There's no way that you can keep ignoring it, and the universe is not going to let you. Also, why I freaked out when these cards came onto the table, Cancerian energy right here. This has got to do with your mother, it's got to do with your father, it's got to do with your 4th house, and somebody is guarding you. So I'm going to tell you this right now. If you have been stopped, if you have been held back, if you have been denied access to, certification of, or permission to do, it is legitimately saying, and I'm just announcing this to you, absolutely certain, it is somebody protecting you from above. They know that you would fuck yourself up, or they knew something was going to happen to you. So the reason why they're shutting this the fuck down is because you need to look deeper into this. Especially when that square with Pluto comes, that means you got to dig down and investigate deep. You need to do some deep work, investigate more. That could be in your surroundings. That really could have to do with, you better look farther, because the reason why this was shut down was because we didn't want you to kill yourself. We didn't want anything bad to happen to you. And that's exactly why it was happening. So that is protection from high above. Somebody who loves you, and maybe they didn't get to love you right, or they didn't get to love you correctly in life, but now they are still watching you, they are still looking out for you, and you can make damn sure that they are not going to let you proceed unless you, in fact, are able to proceed in a healthy way, and they're trying to protect you. Let's go into the extended. I got some cards on the table. I'll share them with you, and we'll go into the different areas of your life and how this is directly impacting each of those different areas of your life. I'll see you guys there. The links are below.